us here.
Mighty Mouse. Chuck E. Cheese.
Tackle. There's
Old will be 22 in October. Horn Jr.
for everybody in the chat.
Joshua Simon.
Tell us who you want.
Jake Briningstool.
I like Liquinal.
Molokai Matavau.
Matavau. All right, here we go.
Fill him a face up.
There we go. A player that we've talked about now for a couple of rounds. Texas tackle Cameron Williams.
Wow.
So loading up an offensive lineman.
Upside swing.
Oh, this is very interesting.
This is an upside swing here for the Eagles.
Huge guy.
Yes.
I mean, inexperienced. I'll let you get the scouting report. But
Enormous. Some of the biggest hands the league has ever seen. 6'6", 334. 21 years old, will be 22 in October. A 3-year player at Texas, but a 1-year starter at right tackle. Franny have told us about his weight fluctuating.
Yeah.
But this is if anybody can get the 80th percentile outcome out of this guy, it's going to be Jeff Stoutland. And if you get that, he's got starting caliber tools.
Yeah, I mean, he started 15 games this year. He got penalized 16 times. Gave up a handful of sacks. Gave up a bunch of hurries and pressures. The tools are outstanding in terms of like the length and the size. I'll be fascinated to see if he's viewed as a guard or if he's viewed as a tackle. This is an upside swing, certainly. If he had gone back to school this year, he would be on everybody's short list as like he's a first-round pick next year.
This is the Joe
Kruger
pick.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is
Shelton Gibson too.
He would have been on all the too early mock drafts, and it would have been like, he had a rough end of the year, but if he goes back and he takes the next step, this guy has first-round tools. His footwork was not good. Honestly, most of his issues are what you would call coachable. And so if getting him into the hands of Jeff Stoutland, I think this is a good swing. And again, are some of the Miles Hinton is an upside swing, probably for a slightly different reason than with Cameron Williams. We talk about like the weight and things like that, how that's fluctuated. I don't know everything that goes into that, but I think when you're looking at Cam Williams, big, sturdy right tackle, there's power there. It's an upside swing here for the Eagles.
Good pick.
Yeah,
take the swing.
Yep, good pick.
Absolutely. Why not? And it's also like I like that they went Hinton first, and so it's like they're not counting on this guy, but it's like, okay, we accumulated these picks in this draft that we don't like very much.
Yep.
We might as well take this monster of a man and see what we can get out of him.
Yeah,
and it's a challenge to him. Can he get it out of himself?
Yeah, I really like the framing. I love the framing that Fran had. That if he came back, he'd be one of these guys who would be on every watch list because this was his first year starting for Texas. That's going to be a team that everyone's watching next year, obviously, with Arch Manning at quarterback. And like the tools, the tools were there. It's one of these things. If you just watch the YouTube highlights, like there are real high level times when he's in people's way. In the pre-combine mock I think he was the second-round pick just based on the upside. And I think then I said you can see the Mekhi Becton thing if you wanted to do that.
Yeah, I think at that size, you know what? I think other teams wouldn't think of him that way. But given what the Eagles saw with Becton, I don't think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Real quick, my final write-up on him. 1-year starter at right tackle for Steve Sarkisian in that offense. Big kid who can get off the ball and has the physical traits you're looking for up front. He just needs a ton of refinement from the ground up. I don't think his traits consistently show up on tape because of it. If he were to come out this year, so I wrote this before it was official. If he were to come out this year, he would need at least a redshirt year in the NFL, most likely to fix all the bad habits, or else it will be a rocky road early. I do think that he's athletic enough to protect the corner and pass protection, though elite speed rushers will give him fits at times. Able to be a good starter down the road, but patience is required. Now, at this time, again, he was going in mock drafts as a potential first-round pick, maybe an early second-round pick. Obviously, that has changed over the course of the last few months. But again, at this point in the draft, totally get it. By the way, the Panthers pick, which is in between the Eagles, that is wide receiver Jimmy Horn from Carolina, or from Colorado.
Yeah.
There were people in the chat that were hoping for Horn.
Give me crack Horn.
So he is gone.
And I don't care.
We'll see now what the Eagles do here with this pick.
I have some other distressing news.
Okay.
I have the report in.
Oh, no.
Casey says